A Trip to Greece, Solangelo AU, by Prittiestpivvo, Chapter 8. Nico's Point of View. I leaped into the water, straight on top of Will. He yelped, moving out of the way just in time as I fell beneath the water. I swam upward and surfaced. How dare you, Nico D'Angelo? Will scolded, but a smile was stuck on his face. Oops, didn't see you. Sorry, I retorted. Oh, I'll get you back for that. I was trying to decipher the meaning when Will suddenly started furiously swimming towards me. I shrieked and began to freestyle away from him. I managed to find a wall, pushing off it to give me some speed over Will. This pool was massive, so if I didn't drown, we could keep going all night. He started gaining on me. After a few more minutes of back and forth chasing, he caught me. He gripped onto my waist, launching us up from the bottom with such force I had to grab onto his shoulders. As we emerged, I screeched, Okay, truce! Will laughed, a delightful sound in the quiet of the pool. We made eye contact, and I could almost feel gravity pulling us closer before he let go of me and I him. The loss of contact disappointed me, even though I could feel the imprint of where his hands had been like a sunburn. I starfished on the surface of the water, bobbing up and down in tranquility. I could hear Will quietly moving in the water somewhere to my left. I lifted my head from its liquid pillow, moving to the shallow part of the pool where I could stand. Will was sat on the step to get into the pool. The room was sort of like a glass house. The walls were windows from top to bottom, allowing a little bit of moonlight to enter. Will was staring out into the view of space. The sun admired the stars. I thought the term sun was a perfect description of the blonde. As I looked out into the cosmos, it almost seemed like they were admiring him back. Will turned his head and smiled at me. I smiled back. Will tilted his head slightly, staring at me before blurting, What's the best dream you've ever had? I cocked my head, laughing. Oh, geez, I thought about it. The best dream. Probably when I had a dream where my older sister, Bianca, and my mom, Maria, and I all went to the theme park together. It was a nice dream to have. You have a sister? Will questioned. Had a sister. She died a few years back. Car accident. I could feel myself choking up. Only my closest friends knew this. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I don't mean to pry, so tell me if you don't want to answer. But isn't your mom Persephone? She teaches art at school. I nodded. She's my stepmom. My actual mum, Maria, died 4 years before Bianca. An earthquake hit while she was at work. Building collapsed. She didn't make it. I looked down at the water. I could feel tears lining my eyes as I fidgeted with my hands underwater. I heard soft splashing coming near to me, but I kept my head down. I saw the water ripples and I felt Will's presence in front of me. But that information did not prepare me for what Will did. He hugged me. His tan, warm arms wrapped around my body. Out of habit, I moved my arms around his back, my forehead pressing against his collarbone. I'm so sorry that happened, Will whispered gingerly into my left ear. I let a single tear escape before I pulled myself together and pulled away. Thank you. I've had time to think about it, so I've come to terms with it. Will offered a sad smile. He moved to stand on my left, facing outward towards the windows, like he had been before. We stood there, in silence, for a minute, 2, 5. How about you? I asked in a small voice. Well, I had this dream one time, in Greece actually. I had been at the Acropolis and I met someone who came up to me. We spent our time there. I got a phone number and we spent lots of time together. I thought for a moment. I wasn't exactly excited for the answer. Did you happen to get any phone numbers at the Acropolis? No, unfortunately not, he sighed. Will then murmured something under his breath that I couldn't quite hear. I only heard one word. Already. I wasn't sure what that was about, but I shrugged it off. We spent another few minutes swimming around, laughing and splashing each other. At one point, I was only a few inches from Will's face underwater. I had quickly swam away, trying to hide my red face. The temperature began to drop as night fell heavy upon the city. I rose up from the water for a breath, to be met with frigid air. I shivered, a small draught hitting my exposed body. I'd only just realized how chilly it was above the water. I'm getting cold. I'm gonna head back to the room. Will nodded, following me out of the pool. We grabbed our towels, drying ourselves off, sliding our feet into the crocs, then making our way back towards the row of elevators and back up to our room. A digital clock in the elevator had told me it was 10 p.m., so I wasn't surprised to find Jason and Percy curled up in their bed, watching young Sheldon on the TV. You want for a shower? I asked Will. No thanks, you go. I love this episode, Will murmured. I shrugged. Treat yourself. I'm going to use all the hot water. My ass, we're at a fucking hotel. I flipped Will off jokingly, even though he couldn't see me. I grabbed my pajamas to go shower. As I strolled through the door, I couldn't help but notice Jason and Percy exchange a look. I rolled my eyes hard. Despite my attitude, I couldn't help but feel warmer than I had seconds ago. Stupid Piper and her stupid gossip club. Fuck her.